The Stage Door Show, celebrating the independent artist. With your host, Dave Hondell.
Hey, it's Karissa Ella, and you're listening to The Stage Door Show with Dave Hondell.
Long week, time to clock out, never looking back in those ripped jeans. Ready for a night they won't forget. Got the top down, temperature rising while the sun gets going down. Pull up and let the tailgate loose. Crank the radio loud. Kicking in a parking lot. Headlights on. Rocking like a stadium of solo cups. Stomping hard to every kick drum.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Stage Door Show tonight. This is Dave Hondell. I am super excited tonight, guys. I've been trying to get this artist on my show for a long time, and she's finally here. But rising country recording artist out of Nashville, Karissa Ella. Karissa, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me, Dave. It's been a long time coming.
Absolutely. Well, you have some great new music out, Crackin' Cold Ones, Bad Summer, which we just heard, and the acoustic session. So, I mean, talk about some of your new music, and was this some of the stuff that you did you have a chance to write during the height of COVID when everybody was kind of locked down at all?
Yeah, COVID was great for that. You know, we were able to still write over Zoom and work on new projects, and we were still able to be creative, which was really cool. And I wrote these songs in COVID, and Bad Summer is kind of, you can view it from a COVID perspective about, you know, hanging out with your friends, but tailgating and stuff like that. No matter what, even through the pandemic, you can't have a bad summer. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that's true. And, you know, the video for all of our listeners, you got to check out the video on YouTube. It's got like 60,000 crazy streams. That's great. But the video was great, you know, and actually talk about the making of that video, because whoever directed that did a great job.
Oh, thank you. My friend Justin Mayotte directed it. It was a lot of fun. We kind of wanted it to just be a visualizer, actually, and it came out way better than we thought. So we were like, we might as well make it a music video now. So it was an extra little piece that we got to add on. Check it out on YouTube, Karissa Ella Music. We just went around Nashville and Franklin and had a good time, drove around and got some of my buddies, and we played some beer pong. It was great.
With those high country nights like no other, ain't no thing as a bad summer.
The quality that's dynamic, and it continues to build your listening audience base, which leads me to my first topic. Being raised in Ohio, I saw this on your website, and you moved to Nashville to attend Belmont University, and you have a degree in entertainment industry studies and also music business. And for some of our young artists that listen to our show, you know, I think they don't understand. I think that the business is unforgiving. And a lot of times, you know, when I speak to artists that have been around for years, they say the one thing is that when they were younger, they made a lot of mistakes and they wish they could have turned the clock back and did things a lot differently, like copyright their music and kind of learn the business a lot more. And that's the one thing that I think a lot of our listeners, and that's why I do this show, is to really kind of emphasize that point. And just seeing that you have that degree, to me, is you already have a step ahead of a lot of artists that are out there. You know, so talk about the importance of learning the music as a business, because really at the end of the day, it really is a business, right?
Yeah, no, it's all business. Everything is business, networking. It's a game, man. But for me personally, it was very important for me to get a degree. And when I was leaving high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Everyone had this pool to do, you know, nursing, accounting. And I was like, I'm lost. But I knew the one thing that was constant in my life was music. And I was like, it would be pretty cool to work in the entertainment industry. So that's how I found Belmont University. And they have great programs like entertainment industry studies and music business. And I didn't know if I wanted to be an artist yet. But going to Belmont and being surrounded by so many creative people, I was so inspired and was like, yes, I want to do this. I'm in Nashville. I got to give it a try. But having this music business degree, you know, on my back was very beneficial for me. Going to Belmont was very beneficial. The networking, everything, the people there. For me, I loved every second of it. I will be the first person to tell you, you don't have to go to college to succeed and to be an artist. You do not need it. But for me, it was something that was important to me and that has definitely helped me as an artist.
Well, talk about that, you know, that the career in business, because when you get a degree like that, what was your biggest takeaway from having a degree in business and now our music business and now getting into the business? What was your biggest takeaway? I guess what kind of advice can you give some of our indie artists out there that are listening right now? Yeah.
Like I said, it was very important for me once I decided I wanted to be an artist to also get a degree in entertainment industry studies so that I can see both sides. I think it's important to see the perspective of both the business angle of an artist and also being an artist. And I got great internships at like big time record labels and small publishing companies. So I really got to see it, the whole industry, and be a part of it. See how a song gets to number one. It takes a village to get an artist to get a number one and to just be an artist and have a career. It's crazy how much work goes into it. And I give all the props to all the independent artists and everyone at the labels, everyone, working in this industry, because it's very hard. But as an independent artist, you're working, it never ends. You don't have a 9 to 5. Your work never ends. So I think it's important to just keep researching and taking classes if you can, and knowing the ins and outs of marketing, and ask questions. Find a mentor, someone that can guide you and help you. And that's just the biggest thing. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. Get yourself out there. Read some books about the music industry. There are tons of books and even seminars that you can watch. Music Row does a great job during CRS week to do a bunch of seminars and now Zoom stuff. So I think that use the resources that are out there, ask around and make those connections, because that's making the connections in Nashville is key, and that's what's going to take you far.
Well, talk about Nashville, because I know that it's like there's a saturated market. I mean, it's not just country music. Just pop music, rap music, everything is in Nashville. And I think it's where a lot of people kind of end up if they want to get in the music business, because Nashville is so heavy with music. And talk about the competition, because sometimes when people are in a small town, let's say, and they're performing at the local venue and they have a big name maybe in that market, they can build a name for themselves in that market. But again, now you're going to a big market already. You're kind of you're a fish in a big pond. But how do you set yourself apart in a city like Nashville, where there's so many artists and there's so many country artists? So what do you do differently, I guess, than the other artists to try to get your name out there more?
I think that's the hardest thing about being an artist is because just to be honest, I'm a blonde country singer. We haven't seen that before, have we? That's not really rare, so I think it's about who you are and your personality and, developing your tone and what you want to say, your voice. And that's hard. That's hard to figure out, especially when you're growing. And when I first released music, I think I was 21, and the music I released is completely different than the route I'm going now. You change, you mature, you want different things. But I think that's what sets you apart, is knowing what you want and who you are. Knowing who you are as an artist, what you stand for. The competition in Nashville is very tough, but honestly, I think that's why people come to Nashville. It pushes you and it inspires you, and you want to work with people who are the best. And mostly everyone, I want to say 99% of artists, songwriters, creatives in Nashville are very kind and loving and supportive of one another. So that's the other great thing about Nashville, is that we all support each other. We all bring each other up. We're all, working towards the same goal. So we get it. It's tough. But Nashville is full of so many creative, talented people. And that's why I love the city. It keeps me inspired and motivated.
So talk about collaboration like that. You're right. I think Nashville has the most supportive community for music that I've seen anyway. Talk about some of the collaborations that you might want to do down the road. Have you kind of thought about that? Like who you'd want to collaborate with, even if you feel it's unreachable at this point, who's the one person that you would love to collaborate with?
Oh my gosh, the one. I am such an indecisive person, Dave. I cannot pick one. I honestly look up to everyone in country music. I really do. I know that's probably cliche, but to work with anyone, Tim McGraw, Zach Brown Band. I go every year with my mom. We've never missed a concert to Zach Brown Band. They're my favorite. Kenny Chesney, Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert. I can't give you one. I have to give you like 5 million. But any of them, they're the reason I'm here. And I grew up going to, my local venue to see them. And that's when I got inspired to do this. So to really meet or to talk to, get advice from anyone, any of our country stars would be amazing.
I mean, they're definitely inspirational for sure. Talk about your brand, because we talked about this before we went on the air, but your social media, one of the things that kind of got me interested in actually asking you to be on my show was the way you build your brand, because it's, that's another thing we talk about to artists around, building your brand and marketing yourself. It's not all about your music. It's not about it's not all about the product that you're putting on, the streaming platforms, but it's also who you are as a person. I think, building your brand that way. Is that something you kind of put thought into before you put on, the social media posts that you do? Because it's not all about your music. It's some other fun things that you do with your family and your friends and that type of thing. So that's what really got me interested. So talk about that a little bit, the importance of that.
Yeah, to me, it's very important. I want people to know I'm a normal person. I don't want them to think, I get to do, my work is cool. Okay. It's fun for me. Other people think it's cool. I'm like, yeah, it is cool. I don't have to sit at, a desk, but I still want to be real and show them, as much as I can of who I am in my life. And I think Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, you only get to see a little bit because they're pictures, and now it's changing, which is cool. But I had a love-hate relationship with TikTok when it first came out, because I was like, here's another platform I have to do. Oh my gosh, it never ends. But I actually really grew to love it because I get to be even more creative and show more of my personality and really show my fans, listeners, or whoever, is finding me that who I am. And I'm goofy and I'm silly, and I don't just take pictures and I don't just sing these songs, but I sing all songs, I sing all genres. And I just really love TikTok for that reason. I get to express myself in different ways and show more of my personality. That's important to me. I also, one of my words is I'm authentic. I always want to do my best to be my authentic self, whether that's in songwriting or just on social media. And I'm not someone who's going to, vlog my everyday. That's just not me. I'm not going to post every single day because it's not me. I'm going to post maybe 4 times a week, or 4 times a day, 4 times a week. I'm going to post 4 times a day, and they're going to be good posts. Like I'm not just putting stuff up to put it up anymore. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. I'm showing you guys what I want you to see. It's the real me, and I'm not going to, post the stupid stuff. And now I'm just having fun with it and post when I post, and I'm trying to show you guys who I am, the real me. But taking advantage of every outlet as an artist is so important. Personally, for personal use on Instagram, I don't like any social media. But artists, I am so grateful and so lucky that I have this tool that I can utilize and get my music and get myself to all over the world. Like, that is crazy. And every platform has different demographics, age groups, all that stuff. So I think it's important to do it all. And it's a shame if you're not, you at least got to give it a try. I know a lot of artists that have a hard time with TikTok. They don't want to do it. And I'm like, you are so talented. Even if you gain 10 followers or one new person sees your video and your song and likes you and follows you, that's awesome. Like, that's incredible. So I always encourage all my friends to do it. At least just post your songs, post about your music. I think it's a shame not to, because we are so lucky to have this. Like you said, we didn't have this. They didn't have this years ago. Like, the sky is the limit. Yeah, you should utilize every platform and opportunity that you have.
Well said. Definitely well said. Let's get into some of your music, because, this is amazing music, Cracking Cold Ones. And, like I said, Bad Summer, but talk about Cracking Cold Ones. I just want to kind of go down the list a little bit and talk about how the song was written and what kind of was the inspiration for it. But Cracking Cold Ones, what were you thinking when you wrote that one?
Yeah, so I wrote this song with my friend Alex Heyer and Corey Batten, and it's a sassy song. We wrote it kind of about, I went to a bar with a friend, and her boyfriend showed up, and it was a bar that they used to go to, which is kind of what this song's about. Someone cheated on someone or did something wrong, I don't know, and you show up to the bar, or you see your ex at a bar and you want to show him everything he's missing and how you're doing fine without him. It also promotes confidence in women, so don't settle for less. Like, get yourself back out there. You will find the right one, but don't settle for less.
Saw your car out front, I know you're drinking here. Boy, this ought to be fun. Bartender, give me one more beer. You ain't stopping to on Thursdays. I feel a bit thirsty. Who got the bar and the goodbye, goodbye? I got the bar, it's all mine. Every guy here got their eye on me. Shooting those shots, baby, 1, 2, 3. In the little red dress that you like, you know the one that's too tight. Do you want this back? Ain't no take back. Sit back and watch what you've done. I'm just breaking hearts and cracking codes. Yeah, I got my girls with me.
Absolutely. Bad Summer, we talked about that one. That was, again, a great song. And the acoustic sessions, talk about that one a little bit toned down. I love it. I mean, like, I think it was amazing. Some of the music is just, like I said, you're very versatile as an artist, which I think is amazing.
Thank you.
You have to be versatile these days, but talk about the acoustic sessions and, how did that come about?
Yeah, of course. So the acoustic sessions was a fun project we got to do during COVID. I spent a lot of time reflecting, as I think a lot of us did during the pandemic. And I was just reflecting on why I was doing this. Why did I want to become an artist? Who started to inspire me? Why am I here? And so I started reflecting back on my favorite songs that got me into country music, like Gretchen Wilson and Patty Loveless and Pam Tillis. And one of my favorite songs that I totally forgot about came up on my Spotify. It's the Who I Am by Jessica Andrews song. And I remember listening to it and I just got overwhelmed with all this nostalgia, like this song, the words ring true even now. Like I related it to when I was little, but it's my song. Like everything about it I relate to.
To be 100, never see the 7 wonders. That'll be alright. If I don't make it to the big leagues, if I never win a Grammy, I'm gonna be just fine. 'Cause I know exactly who I am. I am Rosemary's granddaughter, spinning image of my father. When the day is done, my mama's still my biggest fan. Sometimes I'm clueless and I'm clumsy, but I got friends that love me and they know just where I stand. It's all a part of me, that's who I am. So when I make a big mistake, when I fall flat on my face, I know I'll be alright. Should my tender heart be broken, I will cry those teardrops knowing I will be just fine. 'Cause nothing changes who I am.
So I knew that had to be a part of the project. I just wanted to sing it again. So we decided to do this 4-song acoustic cover EP. And it has a Pam Tillis song, a Patty Loveless song, Who I Am by Jessica Andrews, and a Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers duet that I do with my friend Johnny Gates. And there's videos to go along with each acoustic cover on YouTube, so check it out. They're great. I also had my friend Dan Newell play guitar and my friend Janae Fleener, who is a 3-time CMA Musician of the Year. I think she won this year too, which is really cool. She plays in Blake Shelton's band and with a lot of talented artists, pretty much everyone. So it was a really, really big treat to have her along for the ride and have her play on this.
That was amazing. Again, the whole project, every project that you have out there is amazing. And, talk about, you posted something recently that I saw, I think I saw it today, but some places that you would love to play, kind of a bucket list of different places that you'd love to play, venues. And, what's the one place that you would just absolutely, dream about playing, and what's the number one on your bucket list that you want to play before it's all said and done?
The number one dream place I think I would cry if I got asked to play at is the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, that is kind of what we all, us independent artists, all aim to play. That is the dream venue. The Ryman would also be incredible, but the Grand Ole Opry is like, wow, I made it. I did it. I think we all have different versions of success, but for me, that would be like, wow, this paid off. I did it. Like, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you get chills walking on that stage, won't you?
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to watch a friend perform, and so I got to stand backstage and watch her, and I was like, man, yeah, it was pretty cool. And so I was just trying to picture myself going on there, and I was like, I was getting all welled up like I am right now. You can hear it in my voice. It's
yeah,
just,
for sure. For sure.
It would be one for the books. Yeah. Incredible opportunity.
Well, another thing I always ask artists, and this is something, you know, I love to get the answers on this, because it's, you know, I think everybody, no matter what, if you're an artist or not, I mean, just everybody wants to leave a legacy behind, you know, the positive legacy. But, you know, in your career, like when it's all said and done, years down the road, when you're not performing anymore and you look back, what's the one thing you want your fans to walk away with? What kind of message did you want to leave your fans years from now?
Honestly, I just want to be a positive influence for everyone, especially for the younger generations, the women. I just want to be a positive influence for them. I want to show them that you can do whatever you put your mind to. If you dream it, you can do it, and to believe in themselves and to have the confidence and courage and to know that they are loved, beautiful, and worthy. That is one of my biggest goals. I love mentoring young women. I think it's so important. I just love making people feel loved too. That's very important to me too.
Yeah, well said. Definitely well said. That's, you know, one of the things too that I like to talk to artists about is, you know, when you're up there performing, because I was never a performer. I was always behind the scenes, behind a camera. But when you're up there, what is that feeling like when you walk out on stage, no matter what venue it is? You know, I'm sure there's some butterflies involved, but when you get out on that stage, I mean, it's got to be euphoric. I mean, what is that feeling like when you walk out there to an audience, singing your own music that you wrote? I mean, it's got to be incredible. It
is. It's why you keep doing it. It's why you go back, because you crave it. And you're so nervous leading up to it. I mean, I have a hard time eating before I go on stage because I'm just so nervous. But as soon as I step on the stage and we get through at least the first song, I'm having a blast. And I don't want to get off. I never want it to end, you know? And people, when you see someone sing the words to your song and you don't know them, because I'm kind of entering that stage where I have such a great support system, especially back home in Ohio. Great family. Everyone, you know, comes out to my shows. They know all the words to my songs. But when I'm in like Colorado and someone's singing my songs, wearing my merch, it's like, whoa, what's happening here? That is so cool. I just recently went on tour with David Nail this fall, and I sold so much merch. And the idea of my name being on a shirt, being in Wisconsin and Colorado and Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, like it's so exciting to me. I can't believe it. And people who have seen me before randomly in Nashville came out to some of the shows, and it's great. It's an incredible feeling. I love it. It's why I still do it. The fans is why I love meeting people too. That's my biggest thing. I love meeting and talking to fans, but being on that stage and hearing people sing the words to my song back, there's just nothing like it.
And talk about your music and your merch. I mean, I know you can find all of that on KarissaElla.com. So talk about your website a little bit. It's very well done. And, you know, talk about what people can find on your website.
Yeah, on my website, you can find my merch, my tour dates. So see if I'm coming to a city near you. You can see a little bit about me. I have a bio on there. But just follow me on social media. You're better doing that. You learn more about me that way, definitely through pictures and stuff. So all my social media is on there. You can sign up for my mailing list. I would love if you did that. It would mean the world to me. I don't spam you with emails, do not worry, but you do get fun little giveaways, packages, and kind of some insight into what's happening before everyone else.
That's amazing. You know, on your website earlier, I saw that you have a couple dates coming up. February 1st at the local in Nashville and March 4th at the Southern Drifter Music Festival in Jekyll Island, Georgia. So again, exciting to be out there and actually performing again.
Yes, I am very happy. I was nervous about this new wave of, you know, COVID and the pandemic, but everything's fine. And I'm just happy to be back and performing for everyone and traveling and with all the safety precautions and of everything, of course. But I'm just excited to be back playing and singing and meeting people.
Well, we are too. And I can't thank you enough again for being on the show tonight on iHeartRadio. We really enjoyed having you on, and we really enjoy watching your videos and listening to your music and everything you have. I mean, you just have a great career ahead of you. And I think, again, with your business knowledge, I think the sky's the limit for you. So again, thank you so much, Karissa Ella, for being on our show tonight. And we wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you so much for having me, Dave.
Gotta sing in every line, lighters high, swinging back